Good afternoon and welcome to Philly Way Cookery School. My name is Rupert Cooper and it's my pleasure to be working with Truro Food Bank and bringing you a variety of recipes to utilise essentially everything in your boxes week by week, month by month. So one of my favourites, hopefully going to be one of your favourites, this is cauliflower mac and cheese, taking the best of mac and cheese and the best of cauliflower cheese and basically bringing it together. So let me run you through the ingredients you're going to need. Obviously the cauliflower. It can be frozen, you can use broccoli that's frozen as well, so don't panic. I'm using a fresh whole cauliflower because you can use every single bit of it. Butter, milk, full fat ideally. If you want to make this vegan, you can use obviously a substitute butter and oat milk or soy milk, so that's absolutely fine. Dijon mustard I'm using, English mustard, whole grain mustard. Don't worry if you don't have any of them, you don't have to have it, but it's going to add you a little bit of flavour. White wine vinegar, some black pepper, cheese, it could be a combination of cheeses, whatever you can get your hands on, and then of course pasta. I'm going to use some cannelloni and some fusilli, but you can use any pasta you want, it really doesn't matter, and a bit of flour, so happy days. So to begin with, we need to parboil our cauliflower and our pasta, and they're going to go all in the same pan and then make our white sauce. So I've got my water on here, so add a nice generous amount of salt. You'll need a big pan because we're doing our cauliflower and pasta together. So the brilliant thing about cauliflower is you can use all of it. It's a little bit like a pig. You can use every single bit of it. So take these bits off. We're going to use these as well. So the stalks and the stems we can use, cut it in half, and then we can just click off the florets into it. You can make them bigger, smaller, however you want to do. Big bits, small bits, but the main thing is we're just going to take off the edge and cook it. They can all go in as well. So you really get loads of value from a cauliflower. And then our pasta's going to go on top. There we go. And I'll cut the stalk up a bit more. It's the same with broccoli, you can use the whole of a broccoli. Don't need to waste any of it. Pasta goes in on top, and then this cannelloni. The cool thing about the cannelloni, you're going to get all that cheese sauce inside, and they can go in whole as well. Crank the heat up, and then lid on. And what we're doing is we're essentially cooking the pasta and cooking the cauliflower till it's nice and soft. So while that's doing its thing, we need to make our cheese sauce. This is a basic roux, okay? So this can be made from many, many different things. So I melt my butter and my flour. So once my butter's all melted, I go in with my flour and then add my Dijon mustard, my white wine vinegar, and then gradually add my milk until it's cooked. So now the butter is all pretty much melted, I can go in with a couple of tablespoons, a couple of teaspoons of flour. The more flour you add, the thicker your sauce, okay? If you want to make it go further, you can just add more flour. Combine that in and you get almost this paste appear. At that point, a little bit of seasoning, a bit of salt, a bit of black pepper can go in now. I like pepper and kind of cheese and milk always work well together. Got a little bit more. All the recipes will be on the end of the video, so don't panic. So once you've cooked all that flour out and it's basically stuck to all the milk, sorry, all the butter, we can start adding our milk bit by bit. And this is the same sauce you use for a lasagna, okay? So you add it bit by bit and it will gradually thicken up. If you try and dump it all at the same time, it just causes lumps. And you can spice this up if you want to. If you do have some nutmeg or a little bit of other spices in the cupboard, you can use that. And that's why I like to use the Dijon mustard, just gives you a little bit of an edge. If you want to make it a bit fresher, you can put a squeeze of lemon. And you'll just see it, once it thickens up, you add a bit more milk. The main thing is this is the base of all the dish, so it's really important to season it appropriately. There we go, a bit more. Probably chuck the rest in now. Okay, we're just going to cook that off. When that's all combined, we're going to add half our cheese in now, and then we'll put the rest on the top. But I can go in with my Dijon mustard. About a teaspoon there. A bit of my white wine vinegar. And that's just to cut through the richness of the dairy ingredients. And there you have a basic cheese sauce, regardless. That's boiling. There we go. Right, so I'm going to chuck in a little bit of cheese now, just into my sauce so it can melt through. A bit more black pepper. And don't be shy with the black pepper. And that is pretty much done. So all we've got to do is wait for our pasta to boil now, and our cauliflower. So, cheese sauce done. Now we're just waiting for the cauliflower and the pasta to be essentially cooked nice and soft. We can finish this in the oven if you want to, but I usually just finish it under the grill because all the ingredients are cooked anyway. A couple of things we can just mention while they're boiling. Cheese, if you do have a bit of cheese that's going a little bit smelly, we can bang that in the freezer. It freezes nicely. Other kind of things, any pasta you get hold of, it's fine. Any flour, doesn't matter if plain, self-raising, bread flour, wholemeal flour, it does not matter. It's just a thickening option. And then our vinegar, white wine vinegar or cider vinegar really work nicely with this. You could even do cider, yeah? So you've got a bit of cider, you can put that in as well. So it's just that acidity you're looking for more than anything. So just want to test our pasta, see how we're doing here. Obviously the smaller pasta you use, the smaller cauliflower you make, the quicker it will cook. So I can have a couple of minutes on that. And then we're going to basically drain that off, keep a bit of the liquid back, and run that cheese sauce all the way around it so it coats everything rather than just pour it on top. And then we can drain that. Try that. We can keep some of the water if you want to let down the sauce. If you've made it too thick, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so drain all the water off and then pop it back into the pan. And as I said, we don't want to just pour it on top. We want to mix it all up together, okay? So all that cheese sauce goes back into your pan. You've got to wash it anyway, so it's no big deal. And give it a good mix. Because that means every single bit of pasta and cauliflower is going to be coated in that lovely cheese sauce. Give it a good mix up. So even if you make, for instance, you make this much and there's only 2 of you, doesn't matter because this will freeze really, really well. Fat freezes well, pasta freezes really well, and it'll taste even better. Ideal. Get your serving dish, and that goes on top. So that's a nice portion for 2. There we go. Lovely. So into your dish, and then any leftover cheese can go on top. And I've got my grill on, or you can finish it in the oven. Here we go, and that goes in under the grill until it's nice and golden. So it's been under the grill now for 5-10 minutes. Basically, you're just looking for it to be nice and golden brown. You do not have to put it under the grill or in the oven if you don't want to. You can literally just put it in the pan. It's all cooked. You've done all the hard work there anyway. The colour is just for that extra level of flavour. So I'm going to take it out now and you'll see the results. And there we go. Got your cauliflower mac and cheese. This will obviously feed loads of people. So the exact recipes we're giving you will feed 4 to 6 people comfortably. So if there is 2 of you, you either use half the amount or you do loads of it and freeze them down. It's such a versatile dish. You can add some tinned ham or tinned meat into it if you wanted to, sweet corn, frozen broccoli, it's absolutely fine. Whatever you can think of, get it into the mix. And as long as you have that base of cheese sauce, this is an absolute winner for everyone. So please, please, please give that one a go. You're not going to be sorry.